much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. So my name is Sarah Windy. You can also call me Kazane, which is a name I recently received from my master in Japan. So I'm from the Philippines, but I actually live in many countries, and my practice of Reiki is originally from Japan, and Cacao Ceremony is originally from Central America, from Mesoamerica. So it's a very global experience that we're having this morning, and I'm really excited to share it with you. When I had my sound check yesterday, I felt the excitement coming from the diviners team in Vietnam. So I really, really felt it, even if the sound check was very short. So that got me so motivated. This is one of my favorite things to share. So again, thank you for having me here on Diviners Fest. I am so excited to share this with you and work with Ojas once again, who's a dear friend of mine. And for the question of what is true freedom for me, first of all, it's the most important thing. So thank you for making it this theme, the theme for Diviners Fest this year. True freedom for me is really transcending our fears and living a life where we have our fears, we acknowledge them, but we're still able to come from a place of love and trust ourselves and trust the community. And so cacao is actually a tool for that. Cacao and Reiki. So I'll talk a little bit about both, but I think some people are asking if they can add sugar in their drink, and it's okay to add sugar, although originally this drink was a very bitter medicine. So imagine the very strong, like the Vietnamese coffee that you have. So it's like that. The first time I had a cacao ceremony, I could barely drink the cup because there was no sugar. It was just pure cacao and water. And it shocked my system, and then it opened my heart in a very, very, very beautiful way. So, but sugar is okay. What I don't recommend is the cow's milk. But since I know most of you, if not all of you, are vegan, that's not a problem. Someone was asking me about the lemonade. I've never had cacao with lemonade, but I guess you can experiment. So I have my cup here. If you haven't had a chance to prepare your cup of cacao, don't worry. You can drink water, you can drink tea. Maybe coffee would be different in terms of energy and how it works on the heart. So maybe tea would be preferable to the coffee. And if you don't have any drink, you can just very simply imagine you're holding a cup, or even just bring your hands to the heart center, and that's also fine, because what we're doing here is connecting to an energetic space, right? So I'll have a chance to talk a little bit more about what cacao ceremony is and how it can help us reach our true freedom, actually. But for now, I really would like to invite you all to prepare your cup. So before that, I'm going to actually, I have some other plant medicines here. So cacao is considered plant medicine. I have one here that's called sage. This one is from Native America, and they would use it to clear the space. So what I'm doing is I'm clearing the space. I'm sure all of you who did the Kundalini yoga already are feeling clearer, right? I love Kundalini yoga, and mantras are so powerful to shift that energy. So I think all weekend we're just going to be making space, clearing space, inviting new things. So I'm seeing comments in the chat. I wish I could understand. I'm sorry, I don't speak Vietnamese. So I'm blowing this smoke to you, and you're all benefiting it. So just receive the clearing from the smoke. If you want to close your eyes and just open to getting cleared from the sage, you can do that. So the sage is also a little bit bitter. So I have this one, which is my Palo Santo. And this one is more like a sweet smelling burn smoke, and it's more of the energizing. So someone here is saying that they practice Reiki every day. So that's beautiful. I love that Reiki is in Vietnam. I love your country. I've been there once, and I'm really, really looking forward to go back to visit you and share cacao and share Reiki and plant medicine also. So now I'm going to invite you to just bring up your cup to your heart center or whatever you're bringing up to the chest, just opening this heart center so you can find a comfortable position and maybe close your eyes and inhale, just lengthening your spine, exhale, relaxing down and just connecting to the energy of cacao. And even if you don't have cacao in your cup, opening up to receive her benefits, her medicine, her heart-opening energy. So by now, I'm sure you're all feeling peaceful and excited at the same time. Just taking a few moments to maybe imagine yourself as a cacao tree or any tree that you love. And just feeling your roots going down into the planet and feeling your branches stretch up to the sky. And in the middle, your trunk, where your heart energy is beating, Anahata chakra. And so when you're ready, you can sip from your cup. And making this a mindful practice, opening all your senses, taste and smell and touch, opening up your aura and your heart to receive the healing from cacao, the love and comforting energy. And then go ahead and drink again. And just noticing the texture. Maybe it's sweet, maybe it's bitter. And going inside, noticing how your body feels. Tuning into your body. Really being present for yourself and for the others as we open this beautiful festival, the celebration of true freedom. Of inner space of love. And sending gratitude to the spirit of cacao for supporting us, blessing us during these 2 days. And just go ahead and mindfully drinking your cacao. Allowing it to penetrate into your body, into your cells. And as we quiet the mind, we open the body, our cells start to soften and allow for more healing. So how is everyone feeling? Maybe you can put a little emoji in the chat box Let me know how you're feeling. If you're starting to connect to the energy of the cacao. Cacao is a feminine energy. So you can go to her when you feel very stressed or very tense. And then you can have a little ritual for yourself. Very good and peaceful. Thank you. Yeah, so I really invite you all to try this at home. Try this with your friends, try this by yourself. A lot of my students in my community, they replace their morning coffee with cacao ceremony. And it can be a very, very short ritual, very simple, as long as you bring mindfulness. It can be, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then you can share it with your family and start your day like this. Have it before your meditation, have it after your yoga practice. And it's vegan, you can have it as a vegan medicine. And then when you have your cacao, just have the intention to allow it to soften your heart. Soften your heart, open your mind, and then connect that mind and heart so they work together. Although I don't have cacao, I still feel the bitter taste in your throat. That's fantastic. Like I said, you don't need to have it. You can just connect to its spirit, its energy. I'd like to tell you a little story, if that's okay, because I think stories are a really beautiful way for teachings and transmission. So I'll tell a story about, so cacao ceremony was practiced by the Mayans and the Incas long time ago in the Americas, in Latin America, the southern part. And for a while, these practices were forgotten. And then very recently, maybe a decade ago or so, there was an American healer in Guatemala who had a vision that the cacao came to him and said, you have to start sharing this in the West. Like Spirit of Cacao wants to do her work with a wider audience. And so the spirit of the plant led this person, his name is Keith, he's called the cacao shaman, and led this person to a specific plant and gave him clear directions. And so he started sharing cacao ceremony in his healing center, and that's how it started. There was a renewal of this practice. And so I'll share a little bit about my practice of Reiki and how I got into cacao ceremony as well. I actually started practicing Reiki in 2015. I did my first level of Reiki in Thailand and the second and third level in the Philippines, and it changed my life so much that I started sharing it, and now I teach it. I've been teaching Reiki energy healing. So what it does is it cleanses, right? So we started using the sage for the cleansing. So Reiki, we use our hands, and then we cleanse a lot of the negative energy like that. So our body becomes a tool, and we become this portal, this channel, and then eventually we can do it on other people. And so I've been teaching that since 2016, and in 2017, I attended a retreat, and it was a beautiful full moon like the one we had yesterday. And at the end of the day, they served this very, very bitter cup. And it was my first cacao ceremony. And same when I started Reiki, I felt something very powerful that I couldn't explain happen, right? And so I started researching and learning about it. And now I'm very interested in working with plants because Mother Nature gives us everything we need, right? You guys are vegan, so you agree. Food is medicine, and we have all the medicine we need in nature. And this is one of those medicines, of this feminine energy that is sometimes needed because a lot of this sometimes an off balance with masculine and feminine energies. I don't know if you guys are so familiar with these teachings, but I also work with those masculine and feminine energies that are all within us. So we bring in the cacao, we soften the heart, and then we work in alignment with the mind and the body. Yeah. So that happened, and then I started serving it in the Philippines, and it turns out that cacao is a plant that grows abundantly in the Philippines, and I didn't even know it at the time. So it was a beautiful surprise, and I think cacao also grows in Vietnam, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, I'm just going to read this question. Is it possible to replace cacao with tea? Yes, you can replace it. There's such a thing as tea ceremony. This one is in Japan. They use green tea. So the cacao ceremony is specific to cacao because the plant in itself has very many nutritional virtues. First of all, it has magnesium, which is an antidepressant, right? It has a lot of bliss chemicals. And then there's the energetic, the spiritual energy of the plant. So each plant has its medicine. Each plant has its gift, right? So tea has its, even in when you talk about tea, there's probably hundreds of varieties of tea. Even in cacao, there's many varieties. So you discover what are you looking for, what do you need, so you can have that as your prayer, what plants should I be working with? And then ask the universe to present them to you. For me, I love tea, I love coffee, but cacao is different. It's a different medicine. It's what I call a different medicine. Thank you for your question. So basically, like I said, you can do it for yourself in the morning as a ritual. You can share it with your community. I hope all of you diviners will maybe try this, and it's very nice to start an activity, to start a creative activity, because it's it loosens our walls, that's what it does. Yeah. So a little bit more about my Reiki practice. So Reiki, like I said, is from Japan, and the original founder of Reiki, Mikao Usui, he was also very, very close to nature. And so he was one of those spiritual practitioners who spent a lot of time in nature. And that's how he also got this whole system and started sharing it until it came to the West. So there's always this really interesting, I find there's an interesting full circle of these traditions coming from different parts of the world, then traveling, and then coming back, right? Yeah. Thank you for your questions, by the way. I'm so excited to be answering them. So cacao has spiritual energy. Where can I read more about this? Because I really want to share it. Absolutely. Actually, I have, I share a little bit on my website. I can add that there about cacao ceremony. I teach cacao ceremony facilitation. We could organize one in collaboration with diviners, with Ojas. I'm more than happy to share this practice with you guys. Yeah. Need to boost your feminine. Thank you. Oh, I'm receiving your love, and I'm sending you guys so much love. It is a love amplifier.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Wendy, for the beautiful cacao ceremony. Yes. We all enjoy here. And friends, you can follow more about Wendy's work. We have dropped her Cacao Center website link here for you to continue follow and support Wendy's work. Plus, she's also a podcast host. So you want to deeper in your spiritual journey. She interviewed very interesting people, and I think this will add up a lot to your spiritual journey. So there are plenty of ways you can continue to keep in touch with Wendy. So Wendy, once again, thank you so much for the beautiful cacao ceremony.